debut as weightlifting in the Tokyo 1964 Paralympic Games, the sport, now known as powerlifting, expanded from just male lifters with a spinal cord injury to include athletes with physical impairments that affect their lower limbs or hips, or athletes with short stature. Female powerlifters made their Paralympic debut in 2000. Powerlifting is the ultimate test of upper body strength, and you'll often see athletes lifting more than 3 times their own body weight. Powerlifters are split into 10 different categories based on body weight for each gender. Powerlifting consists of one discipline, a bench press. Unlike the able-bodied sport where athletes use their feet on the floor to assist the bench press, Paralympic athletes lie totally flat on a completely different style of bench. Each competitor has 2 minutes to complete their attempt. When the lifter has the bar under full control, they must wait until they receive the command, start. Then they have to lower the bar in a controlled manner and definitively stop it on the chest. Next, they press it upwards, lock out both elbows simultaneously and hold the bar under control until the referees command to wrap. At least 2 white lights are required, then 3 referees for a good lift. A red light indicates a bad lift. Athletes have 3 attempts, and the winner is the athlete that lifts the heaviest weight. In the 3rd round, 2 weight changes are permitted. The weight change can be higher or lower. No changes are allowed if the lifter has already been called to the platform by the speaker, and or if the bar has already been loaded. To attempt a new record, it must exceed the previous one set by a minimum of 0.5 kilograms. Where a world record is broken during the actual 3 lifts of competition, the 0.5 kilograms does not count towards the competition total, but is rounded down to the full kilogram. The jury may allow a 4th attempt for a world record. This adds suspense to the competition, as a lifter could break the world record but may not win gold. Powerlifting offers a tense and dramatic spectacle where coaches have to be good strategists as their athletes battle to outlift their rivals.
Hello and welcome back to the Hacha Hassan Arena. It is the final day of competition at the Algiers 2018 World Powerlifting African Championships, and we're on to the final session in terms of the women's events. The heavyweight action will begin shortly with the women's up to 86 and over 86, and of course coming up later on we'll have the concluding stages of the men's competitions as well. So this is the scene backstage, if you like, in the warm-up area where our athletes are getting ready. There will be 7 athletes in total taking part, we expect. 3 in the women's up to 86 and 4 in the women's over 86. Healthiest crowd of the day so far, jostling into position in the audience area as well, with all eyes on that stage there. So 3 minutes or so to go before we have our first lift. And again, the Algerians well represented, not just in number in the crowd but also on the stage as well. There will be an Algerian in each of the categories. Also taking part will be Folashade Olufemilao. As you can see, she holds the world record in the women's up to 86 category, and she is scheduled to lift 2nd. You can see there is a mix of the 2 categories there on the screen, and we'll make sure we break that down for you as each of them lifts in this event. The heaviest of them all is Ghazala Alaquara of Libya. She'll be able to lift 87, we expect, in her first lift, but of course athletes do have that ability to change right up until 5 minutes before the start of the event if they so wish to change their starting weight. Officials now in position as well, as if by magic, and we are just moments away from the start of the 3rd session of the 3rd and final day of the Algiers 2018 World Powerlifting African Championships. It's the final bow for our women in this event. Let's hope that things end on a high. The first lift to take place very shortly, and we'll be back after this. And there goes the noise then. Ready for the start of competition halfway through the day here in Algiers. 2 sessions down, 2 after this one to go, and the final bout for our women in this competition. So we start off with the women's up to 86 category, and first lift to be had by Dawa Solamia of Algeria. So her opening lift of 58. Going in the up to 86 kg category is Solamia. And it's a good lift to start off with as well, which will go down a tree. That made very easy indeed by Doya Soamia, 37-year-old. Cracking on with that first lift and doing it to a T. So sticking with Algeria now onto the second lift. Nadia Mejmej will be lifting here. Our first competitor in the heaviest category, the over 86. So she's going for 88 in her first attempt. Possibility of a medal here for Algeria with Nadia Mejmej. Bronze probably going to be the colour, if any. Good lift as well for Nadia Mejmej of Algeria. 88 the lift. Near enough her body weight. And she'll be back hungry for more action in pursuit of a bronze medal very shortly indeed. Concentration at its max there. So the next lift to be done by Libya's Ghazala Alaquia. Makiri aiming to lift 90 and leapfrog Nadia Mejmej, who's just gone before her. Weighing in the heaviest at 102.9. And the oldest as well, at the age of 45. Looked like a pretty balanced lift that from Alakouri, but the officials disagreeing. Seemed like a harsh call from my perspective, but of course you just have a better view and far better knowledge of what they are looking for. Shake of the head from the coach. He certainly didn't agree with the verdict. You see it here, good control onto the chest, locks off. Seemed a pretty even lift back up as well, but the officials get the say, and they were unanimous in their verdict that it was a no lift. It's now Amani Ali of Egypt as we go back to the under 86 category. Bronze medalist from Rio 2016, and it was quite a sentimental story as well when she lifted 127k for that podium spot, because just 2 days previously her father had passed away, and she said in the build up to the Rio 2016 games she kept telling her father she would get a medal, and she said it was for him when she achieved it. So the second bronze medal after also medaling in 2004. Former world champions were in 2010. Lifting 115 here. And lifting it very well indeed. A good lift from the Egyptian gets her account off to a flyer. So two of our three competitors have gone in the under 86 category so far, and both have succeeded. And the third of them coming up now in Folashade Olawafeniayu. Nice and easy does it from Amani Ali, who may have an outside shot here at a medal, but definitely a gold medal, but definitely be happy with the silver. She can take it away with her. But Folashade Olawafeniayu getting a good reception from the crowd here. A lot of Algerians, as you'd expect, but A lot from Nigeria as well, and general respect for Oluwafemi. She's such a big name on the world powerlifting circuit, not just in Nigeria but right across Africa and around the world as well. She has lifted this year 146. Starting with 130. And it's good from Oluwafemi as well. So that completes the round for the up to 86 kilo athletes, and she will top the three of them after that, but still a bit of work to be done to find out who will top our over 86 category. Still two more lifters to come, and what a competition we've got in store in that respect, with Loveleen Obiji of Nigeria and also Randa Mahmoud of Egypt on the horizon. There's that lift there from Oluwafemi. Goes down a tree. A lot of media interest, as you can see, as Randa Mahmoud comes out next. The Egyptian looking to lift 133. Years of age is Randa Mahmoud, two-time world champion, reigning world champion as well, with a lift of 138 at the Mexico City Games. She has previously lifted 143 as well, which at the time was a world record in the under 86 category, which she's put a bit of weight on since, now 94.3. Aiming to lift 133 there, and successfully as well. Good lift from her, and that puts a bit of pressure on Loveleen Obiji. And the battle between those two promises to be a right old ding-dong, right to the end. It is tipped to be one of the tightest head-to-heads of the weekend. And there'll be great intrigue surrounding the battle between Randa Mahmoud here, lifting very successfully indeed, and the lady about to appear on your screen, Loveleen Obiji, who is being introduced to the crowd, and she wants to lift 140. Her best ever lift is 149. It's worth mentioning. So she's starting off with a weight that's not too far away from that at all. The 27-year-old from Nigeria, with a minute left to lift this, just getting herself in position now and strapped in. 140k is the aim. Good enough for the officials, 2-1 in favour. 140 then, conquered by Loveleen Obiji, and she tops the over 86 category after round one. Also Nigeria leading the under 86 category as well, with Folashade Oluwafemi. So an intriguing second round to come, where the stakes are going to be raised even higher, no doubt. So those are the standings in the over 86 after round 1. In fact, that's the under 86 standings you just saw on your screen there. And we're sticking with the under 86 now, because back is Daya Soalimia. Soalimia then trying to get 65 this time after her previous success at 58k. She has guaranteed herself a medal after that successful first lift. Of course, only 3 competitors in the up to 86 category. So Soalimia just now trying to get some personal milestones reached. And that looked good. It was good. 2 out of 2 then from Dwyer Soalimia, with a lift of 65. And she knows she'll be on the podium at the end of this. She can go out and enjoy her final lift now. And I wonder how far she's going to push herself, or her coach, should I say, is going to push her on that final lift. Ghazala Al-Khouri to go now for Libya, the only competitor in either of the 2 competitions this session yet to lift successfully. Red dot next to the 90 kg. What about this time around? It's the same weight for her again. If she can get this, she'll go momentarily into the bronze medal position in the women's over 86 category. No lift again for Al-Khouri. So back to the drawing board prior to her 3rd lift. Seemed a tight one first time around. Coach again asking a couple of questions. Not quite forceful enough, pushing that bar back up again. So here comes now the Amaj, and the significance of that previous lift of hers of 88 wasn't just that it put her in the bronze medal position, and she's still there now going into this lift of 94, but she also managed to beat the minimum qualification standard set for the women's over 86 kg, which was 87. And of course that minimum qualification standard is a requirement for those Paralympic hopefuls wanting to progress further on the Tokyo 2020 pathway to eventually reaching those games. It's a long journey, but we're 2 years away from it now. Now the Upmensch has beaten that standard. She's above it, and now going for 94 on her second attempt. Well, some loud cheers from the crowd, and they'll be even louder now, as it's a good lift of 94 kg. Madge here, knocking on the door of maybe the century mark. Going into round 3, she has defeated her body weight with that lift. 4.6k more than her body weight was that. So up next is Amani Ali. Serious competition for the gold medal. 122 she's going for here, which will still only be good enough for silver, but she's slowly making her way towards that 130 mark, you feel. Gets a round of applause that, and he gets 2 white lights as well. Amani Ali solidifying second spot with that lift of 122. It's a good lift. And gets the thumbs up from the officials. What will her final lift be? Will she dare to try and break down the dominance of Folashade, Oluwafe and Ayu? I'm not too sure. Up next is indeed Folashade, Oluwafe and Ayu, going for 137 now, so still not quite going for the world record weight. That can wait. Officials as ever dedicating their time to this weekend's championships and doing a thoroughly good job. We thank them very much so for being with us and doing the job that they do. Of course, a big thank you to you as well for watching on the live stream wherever you are around the world for this Algiers 2018 World Powerlifting African Championships, coming courtesy of the IPC stream, and as ever bringing you more and more Paralympic sport from all corners of the globe to really promote the superb work that's being done by the athletes and by the organisers as well, to make sure that the athletes can thrive on a global stage. Someone I know to thrive in that environment. Follow shade Oluwafenayao looks set for gold here. Just trying to see things out with this lift of 137. It's a good lift from Oluwafenayao, and it's 137 recorded. How much bigger and better will she dare to go in her final round? So, back to the over 86 category, and that ding dong for gold, and Randa Mahmoud surprisingly here is going for 138 and not yet wanting to defeat the previous weight achieved by Loveleen Obiji. She's going at things here at her own pace and not attempting anything that she feels may endanger her momentum in a bid to win gold. So interesting strategy from Randa Mahmoud and her Egyptian coach. She knows what she's doing. She's got an illustrious record to prove that. 138 the lift here to keep within touching distance of Loveleen Obiji of Nigeria. Seen a bit of a struggle there for Mahmoud. Will she be picked up on it? She won't. 2-1 positive. And a lift of 138. So still in with a shout of a gold medal, but she's going to really be hoping here that Loveleen Obiji trips up on this next lift of 145, because if she gets that, then surely the gold is hers. Still a chance that this is going to go right down to the wire. Here comes Loveleen Obiji of Nigeria, leading the way and looking to extend that lead here with this lift of 145. Good lift as well from Loveleen Obiji. 2 out of 2 for her, and is that the one that seals the deal for gold? The latest standings in the women's over 86, and Loveleen Obiji, as we just saw there, leading the way. In the women's under 86, it's still Nigerian dominance with Folashade Oluwafenayao. First lift in the final round for Daïa Souelmer of Algeria, going now for 70k. This would be a big personal milestone if she can manage it. Bronze medal is already hers. Can she cap it off with a fine lift of 70k? No, she can't. And that's the first blot and only blot on her copybook. So her best lift will go down as 65. And she will get a bronze medal in the women's up to 86 kg. Another medal for Algeria. Maybe a shred of frustration that she couldn't master that. There always will be with athletes who fail a lift, but nevertheless, successful day for her to go home with a medal in her pocket or around her neck or in her bag. However she chooses to wear it. I'm sure it'll be around her neck. People in the crowd won't allow her to put it away, I'm sure. Final lift now for Libya's Ghazala Lakouri, who's looking pretty despondent, and I'm not surprised with the previous two lifts going against her, failing with 90 on both occasions, and now she's going all out, trying to go for 95 and get away ahead of Nadia Mejmej of Algeria. She's not given up the pursuit for the bronze medal in this women's over 86 kg. If you're just joining us, this session a little bit more complex than usual, with two weight divisions rolled into one, so there are two lots of medals on offer. We've got the women's up to 86 and the women's over 86, and we are at the minute with the women's over 86 looking at the bronze medal bout between Ghazala Lakouri, pictured here, and afterwards will be Nadia Mejmej. Lakouri must get this to have a shot of bronze. And that looks better, but not good enough, and her chance there of getting a bronze medal goes with the flip of a coin. And that means that Nadia Mejmej, who's up next, this will be a bit of a coronation for her, because the fate of her and Ghazala Lakouri, we can see here, sealed, and frustrating to come to the Continental Championships and not get a successful lift registered next to your name. That is why it's so key, no matter what the adrenaline levels are, no matter how confident you're feeling, you've just got to make sure your first lift's right, and you can build on from there and go for any number of weight you want. But once you make it difficult for yourself and you can't lift your first weight, there's no turning back. You can only go sideways or forwards with your weight. And unfortunately, Ghazala Lakouri just couldn't make it work. Here's Nadia Mejmej then. Bronze medal is hers in the women's over 86. Knocking on the door of the century here, sticking in the 90s though, with a lift of 98, which is 10k superior to what she started with. And it's 8.6k heavier than her own weight. Big push and a big roar from the crowd as well, and again it's a good lift. 3 out of 3, And look at the delight on the face of Nadia Mejmej. Terrific to see. She'll be on the podium. Blows a kiss to the crowd. Double bronze for Algeria in the up to 86 and also the over 86 as well. Amani Ali going for 128 here. She will be the silver medalist back in the women's up to 86. Conceding defeat then to Folashade Oluwafanayahu, the world champion. So Ali, former world champion. The last world championships was in 2014 where she got a silver medal. That was down in the up to 73 category. She's put a bit of weight on since, around 5 or 6 kilos. Was that good enough? No, it wasn't. Oh, marginal. But Amani Ali nevertheless will take away a silver medal from these African Championships. Hence the smile on her face. And her best lift will go down as 122. Folashade Oluwafanayahu with her final lift now, and if she gets this, she's won the gold medal anyway, but it'll be impressive. 141. What will be even more interesting will be to see if she will be back for a world record attempt, because it's currently at 149, her PB's 146. So could we see a fourth lift? Well, let's get this third one out of the way first and foremost. Will it be a hat-trick, a full house for Folashade Oluwafanayahu? 141, the lift. Oh, that looked very good indeed. It's like she was lifting up a beanbag there, but the officials didn't see what was good about it, and that's a shame. It probably means that we're not going to get a world record attempt now from Folashade Oluwafanayahu, who lifted the bar but not in the way that the officials wanted her to. Randa Mahmoud pushing the boat out here and going for 145 on her final lift. This would level her up with Loveleen Obiji, and the Nigerian would have to lift her final lift if Mahmoud succeeds here, because on the head-to-head, Mahmoud is lighter by 2.9k. So this could throw the cats in amongst the pigeons. We've only had one successful lift so far out of the 5 in the final round, so it's not a certainty that Randa Mahmoud will succeed here, but we shall wait and see with great interest. 145 for the Egyptian. Well, it's up, but it's not up in the way that the officials looked for. It was asking a bit too much there of Randa Mahmoud, who I think accepts that with the way she looks up at the scoreboard. So the gold medal will not be hers, it will go to Lovely Obiji, but a well-earned silver instead for the Egyptian, who applauds the crowd for a penultimate time, because she will be back in front of them once again for the medal ceremony. Final lift now for Loveleen Obiji. We'll be seeing no world record attempt from her, I suspect, as the world record stands at 164, set by Precious Orji from the 2015 African Championships in Congo. She's going for 150. There's been a late alteration on the board, so 150 the target. It's that alteration now being made. By the spotters as well. So we're going to try this again. Loveleen Obiji to lift 150 for Nigeria. She already has the gold. It will be a Nigeria 1-2, or should I say a Nigerian double in the 2 events, and she will be half of that double. Was that a good enough lift? No. And that means that our only competitor who's managed to get 3 successful lifts under her belt is Nadia Mejmej. And her reward for that is a bronze medal in the women's over 86. Silver going for Randa Mahmoud of Egypt, and gold for Loveleen Obiji of Nigeria. And as for the other category in this session, the women's up to 86, it is bronze for Dawir Saomia, silver for Amani Ali, and gold for Folashade Oluwafanayo. So Oluwafanayo and Obiji on your screen there, gold medalists. Rumour we could have a 4th lift. I don't think that's the case, and it will not be the case. So that is the end of the session, and very shortly we'll have the medal presentations for both of those events we saw there in this 3rd session of the 3rd and final day of the Algiers 2018 World Powerlifting African Championships. There's the standings confirmed for the women's up to 86. Nigerian gold once again, and it's also Nigerian gold, the storyline of the women's over 86 as well. So big well done to both the Nigerian competitors, managing to take away gold here from Algiers at the Hacha Hassan Arena. And very shortly we will see the medal winners back on the stage for the presentations. Do make sure you join us for that in the not too distant future. Here's the first of our 2 medal presentations from that session, and it's the women's up to 86 kilograms where we start. A bronze for Algeria and Dula Sulaumia, silver for Egypt and Amani Ali, and gold for Nigeria's Folashade Olawafanayo. Another medal for Algeria. Silver then for Amani Ali. Best lift for her of 122, but no real contest at the top ultimately, because with a lift of 137 it is Folashade Olawafanayo of Nigeria who is once again the African champion. That time again, the Nigerian national anthem to be played loud and proud around the Hacha Hassan Arena for Folashade Olawafanayo. The official picture now being taken with the dignitaries there. And a big well done to our medalists for that. Very shortly we'll have the women's over 86 kg medal presentation, so do stick with us. That coming up in the next couple of minutes. And the final women's victory ceremony of the weekend, and again fitting really that Nigeria, Egypt and Algeria are on the podium. They have been the 3 stars of the weekend, and it's Loveleen Obiji of Nigeria who wins the gold this time around with a lift of 145, 7k ahead of Randa Mahmoud of Egypt, and Nadia Mejmej of Algeria gets a very popular bronze medal. 98 kilo was her lift for that, very close to the big century mark, which I'm sure she'll get in the not too distant future. I don't think you'll see too many more delighted medalists than Nadia Mejmej for the remainder of today. Silver for Randa Mahmoud of Egypt. Had a go at 145 to equalise Loveleen Obiji total. Had Mahmoud actually managed that lift, she would have ended up winning on the head-to-head, but it wasn't to be. And that is because Loveleen Obiji is having a whale of a time centre of the podium, where she's used to being. Has won African gold once again, 145 the winning lift for her. And it is an African-Nigerian double in this session.
Ladies and gentlemen, your African Championship medalist. The medalist will now take an official picture.
So that's the third session of the day done. Next up will be our penultimate session, and that comes up at 5 o'clock local time, so around 45 minutes before the start of that. Do make sure you join us for that. There'll be 10 competitors in total fighting it out for just one gold medal. It promises to be a cracker. It's the men's up to 80 kg coming up next in the penultimate session of the final day of the Algiers 2018 World Powerlifting African Championships. But for now, from me, Jonathan Bell, and everyone here at the Hacha Hassan Arena, it's goodbye.